Hi there, students. Socked in. To be socked in. Okay, this is when the weather is really bad and all travel or movement of vehicles is stopped or is very difficult because of very bad weather. So the entire East Coast was socked in with fog. It was socked in all week with fog. So you couldn't travel. If an airport or a road or an area is socked in, it's very difficult to see. And no one can travel because of maybe bad fog, bad snow, bad rain. Now, I think this phrase comes from aviation. I think it was first used, they say, in 1944. So this is from the Second World War. And in the early days of aviation, when there was very little visibility, it was very difficult to take off or land, and on safety grounds, very often an airport would be socked in. I think nowadays it's less common to be socked in because of fog, because they have a lot of equipment and radar to tell exactly where everything is. But I think nowadays you could be socked in by the weather where it's extremely cold or there's a great deal of snow. Yeah, I think we were socked in by the snow and couldn't fly back from Seattle after our skiing holiday. Fog socked in JFK until almost midday. I think to sock in is to cause a temporary disruption of operations, and it's normally talking about an airport. To be socked in, where you can't travel. Yeah, your train isn't going, your plane is not going to leave. So yeah, to close an airport to takeoffs and landings. Yeah, an airport socked in by fog. It's a restriction to restrict from flying. Now, this actually comes from the windsock. That is something you might see at a smaller airport. It's like a tube of soft material, and it's open at both ends, and it hangs on the top of a pole, and it shows the wind direction. And I think that's where the idea of where it comes from. To be socked in, to be unable to travel, or because the aircraft can't take off or land because of poor visibility. Okay, so a situation where visibility is significantly reduced due to weather conditions, maybe fog, clouds, heavy rain, snow, and this affects travel. And you would describe an airport is socked in when aeroplanes can't take off or land due to poor visibility. Socked in by heavy snow. It's used normally in the context of aviation, but also in other types of transport. The airport was socked in all morning, causing air traffic delays. Yeah, so you can't take off or land. I think it also applies to any area where travel is stopped because of difficult weather conditions. The whole area was socked in, preventing any movement. And this is something to do with flight safety, although it's not much fun being socked in. So formality, I think I'm going to give it a 4 in formality, maybe 4.5. Use informally. Semi-formal conversation, yes. Semi-formal writing, just about, but it's on the informal side. So to sock in, to be socked in. Bye for now.